Hello friends, I am S.S. Kale from Orchid College of Engineering and Technology, Solapur. Here I am dealing with automobile part of basic mechanical engineering subject. In this particular topic, we are going to have an introduction with automobile parts. Basically, major part we are going to cover, like it may be a clutch, gearbox, suspension system, etc. Let us see what are the major component of automobile. Here you can observe that the automobile vehicle is present, automobile layout is present. This particular part of the vehicle is called as an engine. So engine is mounted at the front. So let's consider this part as a front and this part as a rear one. So at the front, engine is mounted. In front of engine we are having a radiator fan for cooling of engine. So the main function of engine is to produce mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy has to be transferred from an engine to the rear wheels. For that purpose we require in between various parts. Now what are the various parts? Let's understand. After engine, this yellow color indicates clutch or clutch plate of the vehicle. Then this green color part, it indicates a gearbox. This red color part shows a propeller shaft. This part of the vehicle is called a differential gearbox. This is called as a rear axle, and then finally wheel. So our aim here to transmit a power from engine to the rear wheel. So this is rear wheel, because we know whenever we want to move the vehicle, this rear wheel, this and this one, this rear wheel has to be moving. Then and then only vehicle will be moved. But power is produced at this point. So we have to transmit a power from engine to the wheel, and for that purpose we require in between various parts. So in this particular topic we are going to understand function of each part in detail. Okay, now we have understood what is the layout and major component of the automobile vehicle. Now this is some detailed part here, similar to the previous one, but a detailed components are shown. This particular part is called as the engine, and these four wheels, whatever you are finding, that is a 4-cylinder. It indicates 4-cylinder engine, means it's a multi-cylinder engine. This part is called as a clutch, similar to previous one. This is the engine, then this is a clutch. This particular part of the vehicle is called as gearbox. After gearbox, the power will go to the propeller shaft. This total component is called a differential gearbox. Then rear axle, this is horizontal rear axle, and this is wheel. So as compared to previous figure, this figure shows a detailed component of the vehicle. In the layout, there are three type of layout, or the type is made up of according to where you are supplying the power. Here there are three type of layout you are finding. This first figure shows front wheel drive vehicle. This second shows rear wheel drive vehicle, and this third shows all wheel drive vehicle. Now what is meaning of this? Let's understand. Now consider that this part is a frontal part and this part is a rear part. So vehicle will move forward like this. So this is a front part. Now these two, this one and this one, is the two wheels, two front wheels. This and this is two rear wheels. Now where is the engine? Engine is mounted here, which is very near to the front axle. So this is engine. Yellow color part once again indicate what? A clutch, and then gearbox. And from gearbox the vehicle power will be given to the front axle. So this vehicle power is given to the front wheel, and that's why it's called as front wheel drive. Second layout, which we have already discussed, that is rear wheel drive, and most of the vehicle are rear wheel drive. It has its own advantages. Similar to this, there is all wheel drive is also present. In rear wheel drive, rear wheel drive we have seen that there is engine, clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft, differential gearbox, rear axle, and the wheel. These are the various components. So power is produced here, but it is given to the wheel on the back side, and that's why it's called as the rear wheel drive. If power is given at the front, this is called as front wheel drive. This is what? Rear wheel drive. The third type of layout, in this, the power is given to all four vehicles. Generally military vehicles are using such kind of things, or where the road conditions are very rough, at that time we are using such kind of vehicles. Here the power is given to the front wheel as well as rear wheel. Okay, so let us see various part. This is engine once again, which produces power. After that the power is given to the clutch. From clutch the power is given to the green color, that is what called as a gearbox or transmission system. Then this gearbox, what it does, it divide power into two parts. One is going on a rear side, another is going on a front side. So the power which is going to the rear side, it goes to the rear differential wheel. After rear differential wheel, it will go to the rear wheels. Here also the power will go to the front differential wheel, and then it will go to the front wheels. Okay, so these are various components. What is differential gearbox? That also we have to discuss. In this, various components are there, as we have discussed, that engine, clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft, etc., etc. So let's go one by one. There are various components shown on the PPT now in a transmission system. First component, we have seen on the diagram, the first component is clutch. Second component is gearbox. Third component is propeller shaft. Fourth component is differential gearbox. Fifth component is rear axle, and sixth component is wheel. So power will flow through all these parts. So we have to understood one by one what are that. Now what is clutch? Clutch and gearbox, these two components we are going to have a detailed discussion, but other component we are not going to discuss it too much. So first of all, what I will do is I will tell an introduction of each part, and then we will go for a detailed discussion of clutch and gearbox. Now what is function of clutch? Clutch is mounted between engine and gearbox. Now what is function of clutch is the transmit power from engine to the gearbox and also disconnect the power whenever it is required. So there are some situations where we don't want power transmission from engine to the rear wheel. At that time, if you press a clutch, then power will not be transmitted, and if you release a clutch, the power will be transmitted. For a clutch, if it is in release condition, then it is an engaged condition called. If it is a pressed condition, then it is called as disengaged condition. Whenever clutch is in engaged position, the power will be transmitted further. Whenever clutch is in disengaged position, power will not be transmitted. So clutch gives a facility to maintain idle condition when a engine is working. What do you mean by maintaining idle condition? The vehicle is running, a vehicle is stationary, but engine is running. I repeat, vehicle is stationary but engine is running. So let's consider we have stopped on the road, but still engine is working, and that particular condition is called as idle condition. And this idle condition we can achieve by the clutch. We can press a clutch and we can disconnect power flowing from engine to the gearbox. Okay, that is first part. Second part is the gearbox. Now what is gearbox? Gearbox is a part which can change a torque and speed of the vehicle. Means when I want, we know that there are different road conditions, like sometimes there may be slope, sometimes there may be ditch, sometimes roads are very bad which will have sands, etc. So we require different torque requirement. Whenever we required, let's say when we are going for the slope, then at that time we required high torque. Whenever we are going on a smooth road, then we required low torque. So this changing torque can be done by the gearbox. So gearbox is a device which can change the speed as well as torque of the component. Propeller shaft. What propeller shaft does? Propeller shaft is mounted between gearbox and differential gearbox. Propeller shaft transmits power from gearbox to the differential gearbox. That is what a simple function of propeller shaft. Then differential gearbox. What is differential gearbox? Differential gearbox differs the power requirement at two rear wheels, considering a rear wheel drive. Okay, so whenever we are going for a turn, inner wheel has to rotate with less RPM, outer wheel has to rotate with high RPM. This differentiation can be done by the gearbox. Then rear axle transmit power from differential gearbox to wheel, and wheel is the component which is directly contact with the road, and whenever wheel is rotating, the vehicle will be moving on forward side direction. If wheel is stationary, vehicle will not move a forward direction. So this is what in short introduction of all component. I repeat that clutch is used for engage and disengage power from engine to gearbox. Gearbox is used for changing a torque. Propeller shaft is used to transmit a power from gearbox to differential gearbox. Differential gearbox is used to change the speed of inner wheel and outer wheel at the time of turn. Rear axle used to transmit a power from differential gearbox to wheel, and wheel is the device which is used to move the vehicle forward. Okay. Let's go for now main component, that is introduction to clutch. Now let us go for clutch in detail, how clutch works and how the function is done, that we'll see in detail now. The figure shows, current figure which you are observing, it shows the principle of clutch, how clutch transmitted. Okay, so as I told you earlier that clutch is a device which is used to transmit a power from engine to gearbox. So obviously it will be fitted between engine and gearbox. Now there are two plates you are observing, C and D. These are two plates. Let's assume that this shaft A is connected to engine side, so this side is engine side. Shaft B is connected to gearbox. Now these two plates are having some distance in between these two, and as there is a distance, so there is no direct contact between plate C and D. In current situation, in the figure A, current situation, if let's consider that engine is running with a speed, so engine output shaft will be connected here. This shaft will be rotating with high speed, and as shaft A is rotating, the disc C is also rotating, but there is no direct contact between C and D. So even though C is rotating, D will not rotate because there is no direct connection. So D will not rotate means what? Gearbox will also not rotate. Okay, so this is what actually disengage condition of the clutch. When we engage a clutch, C and D, they are coming in directly contact with each other. When they come in directly contact with each other, so this is a line at which it comes in direct contact with each other. At this line, what happens? There is a friction between these two plates. Because of friction, the rotation and power which is available with plate C, it will be transmitted to D. Means in current situation in figure B, here is engine, here is gearbox. So as engine rotates, the plate C will rotate. As plate C is in direct contact with D through the friction between these two plates, so the D will also start rotating with the speed. So power is transmitted from C to D through the friction, and the shaft B also start rotating. So if you observe in figure A, the shaft B was not rotating, whereas in figure B, the shaft B is rotating. So here this particular position shows engaged position of clutch, and this shows disengaged position of the clutch. And the principle of this, from this what you understood is power will be transmitted from one plate to another plate because of the friction. So if friction is more between these two plates, the power transmitted without any slippage, without any wastage. If there is a less friction between plate C and D, less friction, so what will happen? There may be slippage. Slippage means what? The plate C may be rotating without taking plate D along with that. So at that time what happen? The plate C rotation will be very high and plate D rotation will be small. So that is what called a slippage. So in order to avoid a slippage, what we have to do is we have to use these two plates, or we have to use a material in between these two plates which will have a high coefficient of friction, which will have more friction. If more is the friction, the power transmission will be smooth. This is what working principle of the clutch. Now what are the requirement of clutch? The first requirement of clutch is torque transmission. It should transmit a torque from engine to the gearbox. That is what first requirement. Second requirement is gradual engagement. Gradual engagement, why it is required? Because if there is sudden engagement, the jerk will be generated, and uncomfortable situation will be generated for the driver. So the clutch engagement must be a gradual engagement, and this specifically achieved by using a different kind of the springs which is fitted in the clutch.